It's here! The Ray Merriman Forecast 2025 audiobook is now available for sale, and I can say with 100% confidence, knowing how astrology works, I would not want to enter 2025 without the information in this book, and that's how important I feel it is for you. Learn about the Aries vortex, the new era, AIRA, and Ray's incredible insights into 2025 and beyond. To order yours, go to the top of hightimelinebooks.com, and it will link you directly to the book. Welcome in to the Fun Astrology Holiday Monday edition. Thomas Miller here on December 23rd. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, we've got a full week of podcasts, including the 25th. So whether you're celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, or one of the many other December festivities, absolutely the very best holiday season to each of you. We're going to have a special presentation where everybody who has been filling in and contributing to this is joining me tomorrow. So that's going to be interesting. And yes, we will keep it under 7 minutes, I promise. If you caught the video on YouTube of Friday's episode, it really kind of forwards into today. We're just going to change some of the players. This is an incredibly complex chart pattern that is in the sky right now. Every planet is aspected to something, and on top of that, every one of them has more than one aspect. And in fact, in the case of the moon today, from what I have set on my chart, which I just do the Ptolemaic aspects, and then I add the quincunx and the quindecile, the moon has 6, and that's not loaded up with all the minor aspects. So if your holiday energy has felt like a pinball machine, you're not missing something. It is. And just think, if you're feeling it, you could imagine what people who are not following this kind of thing are feeling right now. Today is the day. We've talked about it quite a bit over the past month. The moon wobble peaks today. Thank goodness. 5:39 this morning Eastern. The sun squares the nodes of the moon. I heard about this moon wobble thing from another astrologer some years ago and then traced it back to the fact that Grant Louis is the guy that came up with this in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, and through there. He was doing research for an insurance company about fire insurance claims. Being an astrologer, he thought he would bring some astrology into it and started thinking that eclipses might cause a greater number of fire incidences. But what he found out was it was the sun either conjoining or squaring the nodes of the moon that led to more fire claims during those times. Well, here we are today, so caution advised. It happens early, so we're with it all day. As far as this phenomenon called the moon wobble, well, it tails out from here, lasting another no more than a week. The other big aspect of the week is tomorrow, and that's in the later part of the afternoon, Eastern Time. Jupiter squares Saturn. This is a big aspect. Ray Merriman, in the video that was released not this weekend but last weekend about the Forecast 2025 book, talks about the new era, this term from one of his students, Cat Powell, that now for the next, well, longer than our lifetimes, 170, 40 or 75 something years, all the upcoming conjunctions of Jupiter and Saturn will now be in air signs. Thus, the term new era, AIRA. The last Jupiter-Saturn conjunction happened in December 2020 at 0 degrees Aquarius, an air sign. Well, spin the clock forward, and here we are today at the first square after that last Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. Jupiter is in Gemini, another air sign, and Saturn is in Pisces. Does this have a big effect on the financial markets? What happened last week as we were in the orb of this very strong applying aspect on Wednesday? Best not to fool around with astrology. As far as you and I are concerned, with both of these aspects, the sun squaring the nodes of the moon and Jupiter-Saturn squaring, I'll tell you what I've been on is just an overall lack of direction. That would make total sense because the nodes of the moon represent our karmic path. Well, the sun is scrambling that up a little bit right now. And Saturn in Pisces, ruled by Neptune, and I've got a strong Neptune, there you go. Jupiter in Gemini is a configuration of confusion. So it's not only you, guys. It's not only you. If you're feeling anything around this, and your flavor might be different based on your own natal chart, you have to adapt these to where things are in your chart. But this is why on Friday I was just saying, be careful this holiday season. Many have been gathering since last week or the weekend or getting together today, tomorrow, or maybe it's just a quick, because it's in the middle of the week, you say, well, I've got one day off or I got a day and a half off. Let's make the best of it. And you're getting together with people you love who are close to you, and just realize they're feeling this incredibly difficult chart too right now. Lots of grace and lots of loose ropes around the holiday table for 2024. Couple of quick announcements. As far as videos are concerned, I've kind of figured out what I'm going to do with that. It's not sustainable for me to do every daily podcast on video, just not time efficient. So we're going to come back to the audio podcasts, and I'm going to do more frequent than weekly supplemental videos. And they could be released anytime. That way I can do them on my own schedule and not based on the daily schedule of this podcast. So if you're interested in those, just subscribe to the Fun Astrology Podcast channel on YouTube and check frequently, and they'll be there. I'm enjoying doing them. They just take a lot of time. Then, as mentioned, special edition tomorrow with everybody, and then I'll be back on Wednesday to talk about the sun standing still. The ancients knew about it, and you'll be surprised how it extruded out into things that we follow today. And then don't forget, Liz, Grace, Christy, and I are going to be at the Los Angeles Arboretum on December 29th from 2 to 4 in the afternoon. If you're interested in being on our little email list for that, shoot me an email at funastrologypodcast@gmail.com. We would love to have you join us. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you back tomorrow with a group effort, and I can't wait.